everybody. I'm hoping you can see my screen here. All right. Happy Wednesday. We are going to focus today on main idea. So I know we've gone over main idea before in class. I assigned you guys an assignment a couple weeks ago about main idea, but what I'm noticing is that we're still kind of a little confused about what main idea is and how to find it. So we're going to take some time today to go over main idea, and we're going to do a little practice together. So, what is main idea? Our target today is I can determine the main idea of a passage and give supporting details. So our target kind of has two pieces to it. You have to find the main idea and give supporting details. So what is the main idea? The main idea is the most important point the author is trying to make. So we want to try to figure out, what is the author trying to tell us? What is the point of this article or whatever it is that we're reading? What is the most important thing that we need to take away from this? The authors use supporting details to aid the main idea. This word right here, aid, means to help, right? So they use supporting details as they write to help their main idea. So they'll have a main idea of an article, and then as you read on, the author will give a bunch of details that support that main idea. So it kind of goes back to our opinion writing. When you guys are writing opinion pieces, you can't just say your opinion, right? Whatever your opinion is, you have to give details to support yourself. This is the same exact concept. We're just kind of switching gears to main idea of a passage. So they'll have a main idea, and then they'll give supporting details to help support their main idea. But they can't just give a main idea and not give any details to support it, because, well, that's not very helpful. So what are supporting details? Supporting details are statements that help explain or prove the author's point, right? So if you think back to your opinion piece, you gave details or statements that helped to prove your point. So you would say, in my opinion, I think this, and you'd give details to explain yourself and to prove yourself. This is the same exact idea. So the author will give statements to prove their point. And remember, the author's point is the main idea. So we're going to think of it as an ice cream cone. I did this with Brian in mind. Brian, you're going to like this one. So let's think of an ice cream cone. We want to make an ice cream cone, okay? The first thing you need, obviously, is a cone, right? Get this out of here. The first item we need is a cone. Our cone is going to be our main idea. Think of the main idea as the cone, okay? It's the most important point. So an ice cream cone has a point. We're going to think, okay, main idea, ice cream cone, what is the point of the article we are reading? Think of the supporting details as the ice cream scoops. We're going to have 3 ice cream scoops. 3 scoops of ice cream. Each scoop of ice cream is going to be a supporting detail on top of a supporting detail on top of a supporting detail. Supporting details are like the scoops of ice cream cone, of ice cream on an ice cream cone. So we're just going to build on top of the main idea or on top of the cone. Each supporting detail helps make your main idea cone that much better. Supporting details are like the scoops of ice cream cone, ice cream on ice cream cone. These are the details. Okay, so we're going to have our cone, and then you'll have your scoops of ice cream on top. Each supporting detail helps explain or prove the main idea. So our main idea is the cone or the point of the article. And then each scoop of ice cream on top of that ice cream cone is going to help us prove the main idea. Okay, So just like making an ice cream cone, the main idea is usually stated first. So if you're going to make an ice cream cone, you need to start with your cone. Therefore, we're going to start with our main idea. You have to state the main idea first, and then the supporting details follow. Okay, so we have our main idea, and then we are going to add supporting details on top. We have to be careful, okay? What happens when an ice cream cone isn't made carefully and scoops are not lined up? You ever gone to get ice cream and then the person making your ice cream cone kind of just slaps all the scoops of ice cream on top of the cone and hands it to you, and it's like tipping over, and then what? Then it has potential to topple over, right? So your ice cream cone will fall apart if all of your details don't line up. So supporting details do not relate to the main idea, they just confuse the reader. So whatever your main idea is, or your cone, your details on top for your ice cream need to line up with one another. They need to make sense and go together, or else it's not going to make sense and you're going to just confuse your reader. Okay? So for example, if you think back to your opinion piece, if your opinion, I think chocolate ice cream is the best ice cream, and then your detail is strawberry ice cream is okay. Well, that doesn't really support why chocolate ice cream is the best, right? You need to make sure that your ice cream cone or your ice cream is supporting your main idea. So you also need to be careful what happens when a person tries to put too many scoops on in their ice cream cone. Have you ever went and got ice cream and you got a large ice cream and they just stack ice cream on top of ice cream on top of ice cream, and you have this huge cone, but it's not very sturdy, right? So if you have too many scoops on your ice cream cone, your cone falls apart. So we need to make sure that we don't have too many supporting details, because too many supporting details can confuse the reader from finding the main idea. We want to kind of stick with just 3. 3 is our magic number. 3 supporting details is just enough. So let's review what we've learned so far. What is the definition of main idea? Take a second to talk to yourself or talk to the person you're sitting with or whoever. What is the main idea? Take 10 seconds, go. Okay. The main idea is the most important point. Remember your ice cream cone. Your ice cream cone has a point to it, right? The main idea is the most important point that the author is trying to make. What are supporting details and how do they relate to the main idea? Take 15 seconds to talk to yourself or talk to someone you're sitting with and explain what are supporting details and how do they relate to the main idea. Go ahead. Supporting details are statements. They help to prove the author's point. So how do they relate to the main idea? They help to explain or prove the point. Okay. Beware that main idea is not the same as the topic. Okay, this kind of goes back to theme. Okay, theme and topic are different. Or you can have a theme word, but a theme is a statement, right? Same thing goes here. You can have a topic, but a topic is usually one word. Main idea is usually a full sentence. So a topic is a general subject, and a main idea is the most important point. Okay, so you might have an article, the topic might be bears, but the main idea might be how bears survive in the wild. Notice how a topic is one word, main idea is a full sentence. Let's look at some examples of topic versus main idea. So, well, just kind of had the same example. So topic could be bears. You could be reading an article about bears, but your main idea is there are many different types of bears. So this main idea here is, what is the point of the article? Well, maybe the article was all about different types of bears. So therefore, the point is there are many different types of bears. The topic of the book or the article would be bears. Let's look at the next one. Topic could be middle school. So you could be reading an article that's about middle school. But what is the most important point? Well, middle school is different from elementary school. So maybe your article that you were reading, or the book or the newspaper or whatever it is about middle school. That would be your topic. But the main idea, or what is the point of it, is trying to tell you that the middle school is different from the elementary school. Okay, one more. So you could be reading an article and the topic could be computers. But the main idea is computers help people do things faster than they otherwise could. Okay? So this main idea helps you to better understand what the article is trying to teach you, or trying to, whatever the point that they're trying to get across. Okay? So you could have an article, you could have two different articles, and they could both be about computers, but the main ideas could be completely different. Right? So just because they have the same topic might not mean that they have the same main idea. Keep that in mind. Okay, we're going to do one practice together, and then I'm going to let you guys go off and do some practice on your own. So remember, we have our cone. What is the point? Think of the point of your ice cream cone. Well, the point of the article is this, and then we're going to put 3 supporting details on top. Just 3. We don't want too many. And we want to make sure that our supporting details line up. They make sense. They go together. If they don't go together, our ice cream cone is going to fall apart, and it's not going to be pretty. Okay, follow along with me. Eggs are more than just something to eat for breakfast. You may have heard that eggs are rich in protein. The protein in eggs are actually very similar to the protein found in hair. So raw eggs make excellent hair conditioner. Did you know that eggs are rich in vitamin A too? That makes them a great lotion as well. Just whisk some egg yolks in a bit of water, and you're all set to moisturize your skin. Finally, if you ever find yourself working on a project and you run out of glue, head to your refrigerator. Egg whites are quite sticky when they dry, so they can be used to glue paper. Eggs have many uses, which make them a handy item to always have in your home. All right, there's our little article. Now, 10 seconds, turn to someone that you're sitting with or talk to yourself. What is the topic of this article? Not the main idea, just the topic. Just one word. What's the topic? Share it. Okay, if you said eggs, you're correct. This article is about eggs. That is the topic, right? Now we want to figure out, what is the main idea? What is the point of this article? What is the main idea of the passage you just read? We have A, B, C, and D. Let's go through all of them. Make sure that you're reading each option. You don't want to just pick one and then not read the rest. So A, eggs are rich in protein and vitamin A. That was true. Eggs have many uses. People should always have eggs in their refrigerator. Eggs are a breakfast item enjoyed by many people. Take a second. What do you think is the best option? Remember, the main idea is, what is the point of the article? What was the article mostly about? The most important point. 10 seconds, share with yourself or someone you're sitting with. What do you think is the best option here? A, B, C, or D? If you said B, I think you're correct. So here, A, eggs are rich in protein and vitamin A. That's true, but that's more like a supporting detail. And people should always have eggs in their refrigerator. Well, yes, the article said that, but that's not what it was mostly about. That wasn't the point of the article. They didn't want to convince you that you should have eggs in your refrigerator. Eggs are a breakfast item enjoyed by many people. Well, yeah, it talked about that, but was that what it was mostly about? No, right? So B is our best option because this is what it was mostly about. This was the point of the article. The point of the article was to teach you eggs have many uses, right? We just learned that eggs can be used for a lot of different things. Now that we have our main idea, eggs have many uses, we need to identify 3 supporting details. So we would have to go back into our text and find supporting details that support eggs have many uses. Okay, so how do we know they have many uses? Well, the protein in eggs are actually very similar to protein found in hair. They make an excellent hair conditioner. There's one use. What was another use? Talk with someone or talk to yourself. What was another use of eggs? We want to prove our main idea. If you said that they make a great lotion, you'd be correct, right? You can use eggs as lotion. What else can you use eggs for? You can use eggs as glue, right? So if our main idea is eggs have many uses, we need to have details that support eggs can be used for different things. So one detail could be eggs can be used as hair conditioner. Does that prove our point? Does that explain our point? Yes. Eggs can be used as a skin moisturizer. Does that prove our main idea? Yes. And does this supporting detail go with this supporting detail? Yeah, they're both talking about how they can be used. So these would stack on top of each other very nicely. And eggs can be used to glue paper. So notice how all these supporting details go together. They all talk about the uses of eggs. Not only do they go together, but they also prove our point. Our point, or our main idea, is that eggs can be used in many ways, and these details support how they can be used. Okay? So now it's going to be your turn to practice. You're going to scroll down on this form and you're going to complete the questions that I have asked. So I'll post some pictures that'll look just like this slide, and then this video will be available for you so you can come back and revisit it if you need to. So if you get confused, just scroll back up to the top of the form, click the play button and rewatch it, or fast forward to a point where you want to rewatch something. So that's all I got for you, okay? So scroll down, complete the form. It's gonna look exactly like this. It's gonna be just a different reading. Okay, so your goal is to figure out the main idea, the point, and then give me 3 supporting details. Have fun with it. Comment if you have any questions at all. Over and out.